Hey guys, I am starting something new this week, 75 hard. I've got myself pretty well set up for it. I need to mark off the gallon water bottle. You need to drink a gallon of water a day, 2 45-minute workouts, 1 outside, take a selfie a day, read a self-help book, and stick to a diet. My plan with diet is to stay within my calories. I went back and forth about how many calories to set in the Lose It app. I went with 1900. Also in that is to keep my added sugars down. No alcohol is allowed. That's obviously not a problem for me. I think this is very attainable. Mainly, the main reason this was appealing to me is because I am a type of person that does well when I'm checking a box. And I feel like that's been part of my conversation over the last few weeks, is walking up and down that hill every day getting up to like 110 days. Like that's how I do well. So I think I can be successful in this. I'm feeling really good. You know, I had a wellness coach through work for a while, and she'd always say, how confident are you that you're going to make these changes? And a lot of times I'd be like, I don't know, a 5 or 6. And she'd say, okay, what's preventing you? Or what makes you feel that way? And I'm like, me, my mind, the way I think. And this I'm actually feeling really good about. I'm already doing a 35-minute walk in the morning. Or not in the morning, well, just a 35-minute a day to do the hill. So I just need to add 10 minutes onto that, and I get the 1 workout in. And then I've already got a couple things in play to help me get that second 45. So I think that the 2 workouts is not going to be my problem. It's going to be drinking a gallon of water a day. Right now I use 2 about 20-ounce Hydro Flasks, and I don't always get through all of them. And that's why I'm worried about the water. It's going to be a significant difference for me. So we're going to start that today. I'm going to figure out how to mark the water bottle off because I'm the gallon jug, because I want to keep using those 2 water bottles and just fill them from the gallon jug. So obviously I don't need the full gallon. I'm going to have to be able to keep track of that difference, which is like 88 ounces. So we're going to figure that out. Start the morning with my kind of typical breakfast, which is some egg whites, just a sprinkle of cheese, some fruit, and then figure out how to get through the day snacking. And like I said, just log the calories. I need to do my selfie. I've already weighed. I don't think I'm going to share the weight now, but I do plan on, when I get through to the end, sharing everything. And that's hard for me, but I think it's best. I'd like to share it, but not till the end. And that would get me, starting today gets me to April. I think April 4th or 5th-ish, which would be have me in a good place going into triathlon season. And I think that was probably the hardest for me last year, is I didn't do a single race. I was able to defer one of them, so Boston is already scheduled for me. And there's a few others I'd like to do. I'd like to do Falmouth with my friends, and then maybe Pilgrim Man, which is now the Outsider. And I think Cranberry. I can't remember what the name of that was. So there's a few races on my list that I'd like to do. Cranberry would be new. And I really like Wallace Sands. Weather can really be a factor on that race. But last time I did Wallace Sands, I was second to last finishing. Actually last to cross the finish line. And the great thing about that race was I finally faced a fear, which was coming in dead last. So, you know, it can't get much worse for me racing, personally. I don't think there's anything wrong with finishing last because you finished, but I had always feared it myself. So it was nice to, I guess, get that out of the way. And now if it happens again, it happens again. Yeah, but I'm feeling pretty good going into the 75 hard. I'll try to log kind of like what I'm eating and things like that, but today is pretty much going to be about getting set up. I'm pretty excited. I just got my new Hokas. I love the Hoka Cliftons, and I had a pair of waterproof ones that are about a year old, and they're pretty worn, and I have my Yak tracks on them right now, so I was waiting for a good color to come out, and literally last week I finally saw that they released a new color on these. So these are waterproof, and I live on a dirt road, and that's why that's so important to me to keep moving, is to get out there in the mud or the snowy days and have a pair of shoes on that, one, my feet aren't going to get wet, and I'm not worried about like ruining them when they're brand new. So because I can rinse them right off. I'm very, very excited about those shoes. I love the color. All right, well, we're gonna make breakfast. I'm probably gonna guzzle a big thing of water because I'm behind. I haven't started the water intake, and try to get myself organized for this. Let's see, his tables. Let's see. 3 tablespoons is 1 whole egg. I love when you can't convert this in quarter cups. So, okay, so it says a half cup is 8 tablespoons, and I think we're gonna start with a half cup. At 110 calories in a quarter cup, but we're just going to use an eighth, about an eighth, just a sprinkle. So just a sprinkle of cheese, give it some flavor. Grab a quarter cup of blueberries and 5 strawberries. We have breakfast. And now I'm just gonna log my food. On the Lose It app. And the nice thing about the Lose It app is you can scan the item. And sometimes you can change it to sometimes you can change it. What did I say? It was a quarter cup, so I did half. So we're gonna just change it to 14 grams. Sometimes it'll do the conversions for you. So we're gonna grab the egg whites now. And I think I did a half cup of eggs, and then we're gonna add fresh blueberries, and we did half a cup, and then strawberries we did 5. So now we've logged breakfast. We've used 1,000. We have 1,738 calories left. We got 17 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, 10 grams of sugar. Now, when I track the sugar, it's the added sugar that I care about not going over. So this this is leaving me 15 grams of sugar, but that was all natural sugar. And I get some mixed, like my research on that is mixed, like we really shouldn't count the fruit sugar. So my goal is to stay under the 25 grams of added sugar. I think my weight and all that links up to this, which is nice. So when I go to my dashboard, I should be able to see my weight that I logged this morning. Which we're not sharing yet. All right, that's done. The water's... So I'm gonna do the hills without the dogs. I'm gonna keep the walking the hills as part of my first 45-minute workout. So I'm gonna do that without them, and then probably come back and get them and finish that first 45. The neighbor's dogs are in heat at the top of the hill. It just causes a lot of stress if I bring the dogs with me for the hill walk. So I'm gonna keep them in for a little bit. It's cold out, and we got about 6 inches of snow last night. I might have to go back. I might have to switch my shoes out. I was excited. I got my new waterproof Hokas in, and I have my Yak Tracks on the old pair. And it doesn't look like I need the yak tracks, but the driveway was a little slick. Oh, we're gonna see how the hill is. I might have to swap them out. Just got up the hill. The shoes did fine. I love them. Much better cushioning than my first pair, the navy ones. Not navy, they're like kind of royal blue. I love blue, but that was a little much. Anyways, I just did my third one up, and I got 30 minutes left. Alright, I just finished day 1 of 75 hard. The water was hard. Food wasn't that bad. I just found myself, luckily I had the day off, just kind of wanting to lay around instead of thinking about food. I did 45-minute walk and then a 45-minute dance workout with Lynn. I read 10 pages of Make Your Bed. Digital, you're supposed to have a hardcover book, but I didn't know that, and I didn't want to not start because of it. So I already had that book, so I read that 10 pages. I took a selfie earlier, and then I took like before shots, a series of before shots to go back on. So we're just gonna mark the calendar here. Let's see. Day 1 done.